So guys, today back on the video on the channel. Today we're going to do a keep or sell video for the Newcastle United squad coming up to the 2018-2019 season. So I've written down all the players on a piece of paper in different sections: goalkeeper, defender, midfielder and striker. We're going to be giving them a tick to determine what I think. So a green tick means I want to keep them in the squad. A red means I want to sell them. And black means I'm going to have to send them out on loan. This is technically my opinion. Make sure to comment what you think and like the video before you do. And subscribe if you're new, because I really want to get a 4K as soon as possible. I've been on 3K for quite a long time. But when match day vlogs do come out, we will progress the channel. But I'm going to be doing this type of video, and someone recommended this video to me, so I'm going to put his comment on here. It wasn't a video, it was a message on Instagram. So make sure to go and follow his Instagram. Yeah, so let's get to the video. We're starting off with goalkeepers. Let's do it. So starting off, we've got our first goalkeeper, our number one at the minute, which is Rob Elliott. He did play a couple of games last season, and you know what, he didn't do that bad, but I'm going to give him a red tick. So I think I want to sell him personally. We need to sell two of the keepers that we've got now, and I do see more potential in Darlow than I do see in Elliott. Next up, we've got our recent signing, Martin Dvabka. It's an absolute no-brainer. Obviously, we're not going to sell him at this stage, so I'm obviously going to give him a green tick. Fantastic last season. Definitely want to see him more in the squad, and he should play all 38 games next season, unless he gets an injury. Next up is Darlow. I basically said when I was talking about Elliott, I do want to see Darlow in the squad next season. I'm going to give him a green tick. I'm giving Darlow a green tick because I just think that he's got more of a potential in the squad. He's still quite young, but I think we could get a bit more money off Darlow than we do off Elliott. So who knows? People put your comments in there below. Who do you have? Put like your three keepers and the defenders and midfielders, strikers. Put your players who you would want to keep in the squad. But for Darlow, I'm gonna keep. Next up, it's Matt Sells, and for me, he's gotta go. He didn't, when he came to the club, he didn't do that bad at the start, but then he sort of drifted off and then didn't do nothing. Came back to the squad last season, thinking that he could be the number three choice keeper, but he did go out on loan to Anderlecht, and the deal's broken down. He's in training net well. I don't know if he's in Ireland with the club, but he was definitely in training. I think he will be in Ireland, but for me, Matt Sells, you're gonna get a red tick. So finally, our final keeper, which is Freddie Woodman. I did give a bit of slate for the Luton game, making a mistake, but he has shown it, he can do it. He's made his NFC debut, it was against Luton, and you could tell he was a bit nervous, and I've changed now. I definitely realised that he has got potential in him, so I'm going to give him a green tick. Because he's been on the bench a couple of games this season, like around November time when Elliott got injured. Darlow was keeper, we didn't have to have got ourselves out on loan. We only had two keepers. But it is important you do have three keepers, so my three keeper choices are Dvabka, Darlow and Woodman. So now let's get on to the defenders, and let's see who I think will stay as a defender at Newcastle United. So now we're going to be starting off with the defenders at Newcastle United. So, Lazar. He hasn't had a chance at Newcastle. That's the only reason I'm giving him a green tick. He didn't do enough when he went on loan against in the Italian in Italy, but he's done nothing for Newcastle. Like, he hasn't shown that he can do it. So that's the only reason I am gonna give him a green tick. Next up is Kieran Clark, and this one is a very tricky one because we've obviously got the Sells who will stay. We've got Mbemba who looks to be going. We've got Lejeune and Clark. They are four defenders. For me, since I think Mbemba's gonna go, that's the only reason I'm gonna give him a green tick. He's probably too old to go out on loan to show that he can go some potential for the club. He did maybe go out on loan, but Clark, you're looking like you're gonna get a green tick, but yeah, let's get on to the next player. And for me, this is an absolute no-brainer. Paul Dummett. He got injured the first game of the season last season, and then now he came in against Man City at home, which is the very end of December. He's done nothing wrong. Gonna have to give him a green tick. I really do. He's been fantastic, and you know what? I don't know why we need to improve on the left back. Next up is Jamal Lascelles, and I've got now to say, to be honest. I have to. You know what? I'm gonna give him a green line as well, just because Lascelles is an absolute genius. Like, he's absolutely amazing. West Ham made a bid of 20 million for him. And obviously Newcastle are going to reject it. I think Newcastle would want at least 40 million for him. But he's got great potential. He's a Premier League captain, youngest in the league. Lascelles, what can I say? Next up, Chancellor Mbemba, and as you can see, there are loads of green ticks. I'm giving Mbemba a red. I don't know what he's done wrong to not get in the squad. Obviously, nobody will know. Rafa Benitez will know, and this is, I think, why he's going to be selling him this summer. Porto we're not giving him. Porto offering 5.8 or something, and we want 8. So God knows, but Mbemba, this would be his 4th season, 3rd season, but yeah, let's go on to the next player. Next player is Javier Manquillo. Joined last season, and yes, he just wasn't good enough in my opinion. Going from Sunderland to Newcastle, 2 different teams, both from the northeast. For me, not good enough. We need a replacement. Let's get on to the next one. Next up, the Frenchman Florent Lejeune. He was linked with Sevilla around the June time, but yeah, I'm going to give Lejeune a green tick. Why would not? He's been great since he partnered up with Lascelles. It's never been Clark and Lejeune. Then Lascelles got injured, then it was Clark and Lejeune, and then obviously Lascelles and Clark when Lejeune got injured. So we had a lot of different defender options there, but Lejeune been great. And the next one, personally, right, it's DeAndre Yedlin. I am a fan of him, but he just simply can't defend as good as we can. He's good going up, don't get us wrong. I think if we played in 5 at the back formation like how England would, like a Trippier rule, he would be absolutely outstanding, DeAndre Yedlin. I'm only going to give him a green tick because he is a good attacking player, and I think I would give him a red tick. I think lots of Newcastle fans watching this video will be very not happy, but let me know about DeAndre Yedlin because I don't know what I think about him. But yeah, let's go to the next player and the final player. The final player is Jamie Sterry, and I haven't done one of these ticks yet. I'm going to give him a black tick, which is a loan deal. I think you should go out on loan. Then that means we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 defenders, 3 full-backs, 3 centre-backs. I think that's got to be absolutely fine, and we could sign another defender, so who knows. But Sterry out on loan, Manquillo out, and Mbemba out, and the rest are in. Let's go on to the midfielders. Now on to the midfielders. I'm going to be starting with our brand new signing, which is Ki-Sung-Young. When he signed, he announced the brand new kit, which will be announced on the 26th, which will be in sale on the 26th. Make sure to be there on the store if you can get there, because I'm going to be there, hopefully with Rob, but that's not been decided yet. But I am going to be getting the new kit with a training kit, hopefully. But Ki-Sung-Young, obviously I'm going to give him a green tick. Marino's placement, obviously Mika Marino's moved to Real Sociedad, which I'm devastated about because he has so much potential in him. But Ki-Sung-Young, Premier League proven, let's hope he can do it. Now we're going to move on to Kennedy, which is, what can I say about our man Kennedy? I'm going to green tick because Brazilians are green, like the green flag. He's absolutely outstanding. Signed yesterday, but I'm recording this video on Friday, so I don't know when this video will be out. But Kennedy, absolutely outstanding for me. He's a world-class player. If we can get him on a permanent deal and have him at the club for the next 4 years, which would be absolutely outstanding. Next on, Jack Colback now. The ginger lad himself, not to any make out the gingers in the Bing Sorry, but oh no, I've done on my wardrobe. But Colback, he's gotta go. If I was to be linked with him, I would like to see he's on the same goal. He's on a very, very high wage, and Colback, so to say, you've been at the club since 2014, but it's his time to leave. Now, it is a tricky one. We've got Jacob Murphy. What do I say? Because he has got potential in him, but the signing of Kennedy, I want to see him out on loan to a championship side, like maybe Preston, not obviously at Ipswich because he's playing for Norwich and he's like that, but I think Murphy will be disappointed if he went out on loan. He wants to show off for that he can do it, but Murphy, I'm going to send him out on loan. Oh God. Not oh God in a bad way, I've got something to say. Jonjo Shelvey. I watched the England match against Croatia, not getting through, absolutely devastated. What did Ian Wright say? They needed that midfielder who could play an over-the-top ball to Harry Kane. I'm not going to mention the World Cup out of Shelby England ever again because I mentioned that far too much in my channel, but green tick for Shelby. Great player last season, scored 2 goals, won the FA Cup against Luton and against Leicester. Playmaker, absolutely outstanding. Now go on to Big Mo. Absolutely fantastic last season. Funny start, but when he played that game of Servette, he's just changed, he really did. Do you know what I mean? Green tick, 100%. Absolutely fantastic. I definitely want to see him in the squad next season. Does he go for Keason Young? Who knows? But now we've got a very, very interesting one now. Matt Ritchie. People want him to leave. Obviously, I'm going to want him to stay because he is my favourite Newcastle United player, but people saying they would love to have Townsend. He's going to Stoke. Why would he want to go to Stoke for such a good potential at Newcastle? Like, I hope he doesn't go. I'm going to give him a green tick. You know what? I'm going to give him a green and a red just because a green because I want him to stay, but he could easily just leave the Stoke. So I'm going to give him 2 ticks. That's for me, and that's probably most Newcastle United fans. Now on to Isaac Hayden. And for me, gotta go on loan. He's done nothing last season. He scored 1 goal against Southampton, and I don't know what else he done. I really want him to see him in the squad, but he can't get ahead of Diarmi, Keaton Young. Hayden for me has to go out on loan because obviously Marino will go in and all that type of stuff. I think it's pretty obvious that we will have to do something with Isaac Hayden. Next up, Rolando Evans. I'm going to keep him because it's a no-brainer option. It's out of Murphy or Evans, and I think Murphy can go a lot more, go out alone, because I don't think Evans really done that before Verona. But Evans, decent player, a lot of personal stuff happened with him, he's been in a court a couple of times, but Rolando Evans, gonna keep him. Now on Henry Servette. On loan last season with Turkish side, I can't remember the name, but I think they should go on and sell him. I think we should really go on and sell him because he hasn't had his chance. He's been at the club for many years, and we can't keep Servette with Diarmi, Shelby, Keaton Young, Hayden on loan. We can't keep him. We really can't. And finally, Christian Atsu. He has been training a lot. He was in the training centre around June time when the players were on holiday, celebrating what they done last season. He's still working. I can see him overtaking a lot of players. I can see him going up to 10-15 million if team wanted to buy him. But I'd say for me, you're gonna stay. Let's go to the forwards and let's talk about who will stay and leave. And finally, we've got the attackers of Newcastle United. So, Adam Armstrong, he went out on loan again for 2 teams last season, which was Bolton and then Blackburn, helping them to get promoted back to the Championship. We need to see Adam Armstrong do something for the team. We really do. He has never ever had a proper chance at Newcastle United. He's never ever had a chance to do it, to maybe come off the bench in a Premier League match. He might get a couple of cup games into him, but I want to see him play next season. Now moving on to Dwight Gale with his absolutely terrible haircut. But he's had his time here. I think he's got to go. He's come to his age a bit, but he has got something in him. He really does. But for me, Gale, time to leave. Next up, we've got Ayoze Perez. You could count as a midfielder, but I've got him as an attacker. Top goal scorer last season with 10 goals. Have to give him a tick. He's amazing. He's shown that he can do it, and I think with a partner with Kennedy coming in, he did really come to his potential, and he did really hit it and actually done something for the team, because he's never probably done something. But Hosselu, everybody, I think most Newcastle fans, if he misses a chance, will slate him to bits. I'm one of them. He is alright. He can hold the ball up. I'm going to give him a green tick and a red tick, just because I think he's good. Sometimes I need to hold the ball up decent. But now, on to the last player, Alexander Mitrovic. Oh, I need a little chat with you, Mito. He's been at the World Cup. He's had extended rest, because obviously he didn't get the rest that the other players did. He will be back in the Newcastle squad, and he has said that I am a Newcastle player. I am concentrating on my Newcastle United future. 20 million they want for him, but will Fulham pay that? I think they'll do the same what we did with Kennedy and get him back on a loan. But I'm also going to give him a green tick because I think he's fantastic. You can show that he can do it. Not in Newcastle squad, but you can show that he can do it for Fulham. He scored in the World Cup. He scored the same amount of goals as Lionel Messi in the World Cup. Meatball. Sorry to say, but I want to say about I think he will leave. But anyways, that's going to be the end of the video, everyone. If you please leave a like on it, comment and subscribe if you're new. These videos that I've seen on other channels like Arsenal, Man U, get a lot of views. So I hope to God mine does get a lot of views. And it would be like if you could hit the subscribe button, because I want to get to 4K, and it would be a lot more to me. It takes a second, and you know what? Matchday vlogs are coming very, very soon. We'll play our first game next Tuesday, and if you haven't already, comment on your football predictions, which will be on the screen now. Go and comment your predictions if you want a shout out in the next one, which will be for the first Premier League games. Anyways, this video's been decent. Thanks for watching, and I'll check you guys in the next one. Goodbye.